Hello, welcome to Trusts and You. Trusts have been with us since the Middle Ages but became widely used by the public in New Zealand from the early 1990s in response to feelings of economic vulnerability arising from the economic recession and the desire to protect assets for retirement and into the future. These reasons have been emphasised again with the recent downturn in the economy in 2007. A trust is often used as a way to have control over an asset without having to formally own it. This enables you to keep the use and control of your family home or other assets for the benefit of yourself and your family without formally owning it. For people in business, and generally, when their trust is fully established, this provides protection in the event of bankruptcy or future possible litigation. If someone wants to sue you, and you in fact own little, if anything, to pay them with, there is a lot less incentive for them to spend money on legal fees when your financial cover is empty or close to it because your assets are in a trust. This introduction to trusts applies to New Zealand because the laws in other countries may vary and not have the same effects as applies to you when living in New Zealand. Normally, a trust is established by a written document called a deed, which appoints trustees to administer property transferred to the trust by the person who set it up, called the settler. You can see that if you set up a trust and you are also a beneficiary as well as the trustee, then you can control what happens to the trust property and could return it to yourself as a beneficiary if that is needed in the future. Generally, there needs to be more than one beneficiary, but what if anything they get from the trust has to await the decision of the trustee to give it to them, and as settler you can ensure this is you if you have a need to do that. The benefits of a trust can be to protect the family home, to protect other assets, to provide lower tax rates on interest and other income when taxed in the hands of the trust as opposed to yourself as an individual, to provide a mechanism to defeat possible future claims from your own children if they are dissatisfied with what you had and would otherwise put in your will. The benefits and uses of a trust provide flexibility, but the greatest benefit is the feeling of peace of mind that a trust brings to your life and your assets. There are a number of approaches to what kinds of trusts are advisable. Do you need a corporate trustee? Do you need an appointer? Often the more complex features of trusts are unnecessary, and the more streamlined trust and the more inexpensive trust will be just fine. Generally, the more wealth you acquire over time, the more it justifies complexity and expense in trust structures, or indeed the need to have more than one trust. For persons who work and their main asset is their family home, this can be put into a trust relatively inexpensively. Kimi Huapai Law Centre has been in operation for 30 years and will be happy to discuss your needs on a no obligation basis. Please call Russell Lawn, myself, or the staff at Kimi Huapai Law Centre on Auckland 09 412 8380 or email us at admin@khlawcentre.co.nz and ask for the report called Trusts Getting Started to be sent to you, or write to us on the details appearing at the end of this presentation. Finally, I wish to thank you for your time in watching this presentation and wish you all the best in the future. If you should wish our assistance in establishing a trust, we are happy to provide you with a free will along the way. Thanks again. Bye-bye.